Welcome to the Trading Lounge and the Forex report, starting with the US dollar index. Yesterday we'd noted that we had an impulse wave up through here, and we were looking for the corrective pattern yesterday, and then we were looking for another 5 waves up. So we've got that, but beyond that we can't forecast with certainty. Essentially what we were looking for is a larger 5-wave sequence to the upside here. But we know that if the market was going to fail, it would fail at the 99, the 50 and the 61.8 retracement level. So it can fail from here. And this move up here, even though it's an impulse wave, is looking rather tired as such. So we need to be careful here. So it does appear that we'd be looking at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave into here, and then another 5 waves down here for this move here. Yeah, and this is the, so look, if you get 99 as support, then you know that you're going further to the upside. If just drilling in here a little bit, it's just on the 15-minute chart here, I can count 5 waves up through to here. So if this market finds the 97.72 as the retested resistance, then you can look to short it down from here, or go long on the euro at that stage. Looking at the euro US dollar. Okay, so what we were looking for here is pretty much the mirror opposite. So we were looking for this move up here is the A wave, a B wave in 3 waves, and we've got the A wave here, the B wave here, and we can see that this move down through here is also reluctant to move down, isn't it? So it's likely not to move down to the 50-60% area through here. It may come a little bit further down, but basically if you see strength, you need to buy that, and we'll be looking for 5 waves to the upside at that point there. So maybe the 108.50 or the 108.30 would be the 3 is the top of group 1, so you could move in from that point there. So if I was looking at this here, the levels would be well, the 50 between the 90 and the 8 and the 9 here. The 50, the midpoint is the most important, so you can wait that trade out at that point. But if you wanted to get in early, then the 8.30 here on a 5-minute chart also would be the well, we're there somewhere. That's what you'd want as support there, as a tested support, not just trading above it, but a tested support. The Australian market, it's also had much the same pattern as the euro through here, but it's pulled back down quite substantially here. It's pulled back down through the 61.8 retracement level. So, but I just feel that we just need to be a little bit sort of careful here. Before we had this as the alternative wave 4 here, and we were looking for same as the euro, we're looking for wave 4 over here with the wave C over here. This would be the A wave up to here. This would be the B wave over here, an A and a B and a C down to here. So this market can still, even though it's pulled down past the 61.8% mark, it's still, it's still pretty much intact, still looks like a B wave. So we can still push up here, like the euro, for wave C here. So we need to be mindful of that, but we also need to be mindful that, well, this market has moved down through here quite strongly, and it could continue down. So that means that wave 4 can be here, wave A here, wave C here, wave B over here, and looking for 5 waves down here in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, for wave 5 here. So we've got these 2 counts here, a bit of a spanner in the works. On that bearish move to the downside, we'd be looking at wave 4 here, and this is wave 1 and 2 here. All of this for the 3rd wave that's not quite finished yet. It may not come down to the 76 here, but we'll look at that. We'll look at this trend here a bit closer in a moment. But in a nutshell, considering this the 3rd wave, a 4th wave, and then a 5th wave back into a fifth wave down into the 75 area through here. So yeah, well, we really need to work through this, and it's going to take a little bit of time to do that. In terms of the 15-minute chart here, this is how I've counted it to the downside. So we've counted it, well, right back here. It would be down wave 1 here, wave 2 over to here, wave 3 and 5 waves here, wave 4 and wave 5 for wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then 5 waves down here for wave 1 and 2 here. And we're looking for 5 of these black waves from wave 2 down to wave 3. So we were counting this down here, so it's wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave here, back for the fourth. And then I was counting 1 and 2 here. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the third wave, a fourth wave, and a fifth wave that needs to make a new low here. Then we would have wave 3. So we are looking for wave 4 that can pull back 38.2% at roughly around 77. So we're either got this as, remember, we've either got this as the B wave low here, and we're going straight up, or we're going an A and a B and a C, and then further down here. So it's not, I won't be able to work it out until until we see this pattern around this area matured somewhat. Okay, there's nothing I can really say or do about that. So you just got to be careful that you're not going to get chopped up in this wave 4 here. So it's going to take, I suggest leaving this market for a session. The pound Australian, just on the daily chart here, from the high up through to here, the move down here as a wave A and wave B here, and I've got this all as wave 1 here, so that would be 1 and 2, 5 waves down here to this point here, 3, 4 and 5 here for wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. And now we're looking for a higher move up through here. So we're going to count this. We've been counting this from yesterday as an impulse wave to the upside. So we'll stay with that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here, then a corrective move, and then another 5 up through to here. So focusing in on this structure here up to 195 would be from the low here, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 here, wave 4 and wave 5, and that would be the blue wave minute degree wave 1 here, back for wave 2 and so forth up here. So this little area through here, I need to expect a retest, because 193 here, or number 3 here, is the top of group 1, 1, 2 and 3, and we need to develop support on that. Once we've got support here, then we can look at 95, so a trade in this area after we've had a corrective move through here. In that corrective move through here, it looks a little bit like this, so an A and a B and a C, pulling back to the 38.2 retracement level from wave 2 here, green wave 2 just in here, green wave 2 to the top here. If that is the top, if we get a little spike up there, you'll have to adjust that, but the 38.2 retracement level comes in on the 192 there, and also the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So we're going to see something come back in and test this area here. Once you've seen that in 3 waves, then you can look to trade up to 95 from that point. And in terms of trading up from here, if the market comes down below the 193 here, and then you see it get back up, then it's tested the demand, and then you've got support, and that's part of your setup and your signal and so forth from that area. The Euro Australian. Now, we're looking at this, this has been quite a time-consuming 4-hour chart here, quite a time-consuming corrective pattern, and we weren't really interested in doing anything with this market while it was in this corrective move. We just, in terms of monitoring it. Now, we were looking for an A and a B wave and a C wave here, pulling back to the 38.2 retracement level, or the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. Now the 38.2 retracement level is pretty much where the top of wave A here is, and then we've got wave 4 up here. So I was looking between that high and this high here for, as the target area here for this wave 4, but it seems to be pushing up above that area there. So we need to start looking at this as possibly a stronger move to the upside. Okay, so with that in mind, just going back into the bigger picture here for a moment, this is sort of where we are. It's a weekly chart here and medium level 150 here that we're working across. We're working across in terms of, the best fit that I can see for this situation here is the current structure that we're looking at right here now, because I was looking at this as an A wave and then a B wave in 3 waves here, and putting this B wave over here, and then looking for wave C to the downside over here, and I was looking for 5 waves down here. But as you can see, we've only got like 3 waves here, so 3 waves would make it a B wave as such. So that's why I've put this in here as a wave B here. ABC here, wave C, B here, sorry about that, and primary wave C there. So yes, because we had 3 waves here, so I could call that a B wave at the time and looking for 5 waves down. But here we've also got 3 waves down, so I'm thinking that the best option that we've got so far, and we need to monitor this a little bit further. I'm just bringing it up early in the piece, so I'm thinking that we've got this A wave here of intermediate degree, then an A and a B and a C here for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here. This move up through here, we need to look at it as an impulsive wave to the upside. So this current low that we're working with here, we may have to look at this as wave 1 and 2 and start building it from the upside here. I'm not quite ready to go there just yet, but we may go there in the next session or two, next 2 or 3 sessions, because on the intraday chart here, just on the 1 hour chart, we were tracking it up as from wave 3, an A wave and a B wave. That all started to work out fine. Wave 1 was good, and wave 2 was good, and wave 3 was good, but wave 4 here has pulled back too far from here, but I kind of allowed it to stay the count and all the rest of it, and then wave 5 up to here. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up to here. So if 142 becomes a support up here, right, if it doesn't fail from move up, if it doesn't fail from here and develop some sort of support here, then we need to look at this as a bullish count and start to look at trading long from that point. Okay, and then I'll have to readjust this structure here in a series of up for 1, back for 2, up for 1, back for 2. It's like a building process happening here. So that 142 is going to start us to toy with being long in this market here. But I need to allow it to play out. And also the Australian US dollar as well. We need to allow that to play out as well to the downside into 75. The euro yen, just in the bigger picture here, once again on the weekly chart, basically we've got 5 waves down here. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, the low here at the moment. I was figuring that from this wave 4 here, because we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, obviously, and 5. This is going to be clearer on the daily chart, but that's how it is. But in this leg here from wave 4 coming down to wave 5, I was looking for 5 waves in there, and I've only got 4 waves so far. So from wave 4 here, I was looking down for wave 5 here, and in terms of 1 and 2, I was, same with the euro. I was never really quite sure how we should label this top here, where it should come in and all the rest of it. So from this B wave, just this low here, I was sort of figuring had 1, 2, 3, 4 and a truncated 5th wave here. So realistically that wave 4 here would come in top of this wave 2 area through here. So we'd actually have that sitting like that. And then that would change it a little bit too, because this wave 4 here is getting a bit big as well. So we need to be a bit mindful of that. We're expecting it to fail and to move down. But at the same time too, if it starts to, move up through here, then we've got to kind of, we need to reassess this situation as well. I mean, it's a bit odd really, because this pattern is with the Australian dollar and it's making new lows. This pattern here is the same as the euro US dollar, and we're expecting it to move up through to here. But as I've mentioned earlier as well, is that I don't particularly like including spikes in the actual wave count. And if that's the case, then this up here wouldn't be 3 waves, it would be 5 waves up here. And then we would need to start to look at this, where these green waves are here, like down for 1 here and back for 2. We would have to look at it as a blue wave 1, blue wave 2, blue wave 3, blue wave 4, and blue wave 5 here, and have it actually completed and finished here. Okay, I'm not quite sure about this. We're just sort of shooting the breeze at this stage, but this wave 4 is starting to get a little bit too big for its degree of structure here. So yeah, we've just got to sort of play with this a little bit. And because it's in a, originally we figured it's in a corrective pattern here, and that's fine. But if it's going to, just continue to expand, then we need to reassess what we've got here and start to look at it on the long side here. But as it stands, we'll just move in here, and this is what we've got here so far. So we've got this as an A wave and a B and a C wave to this point here. And and then the B wave pulling back 61.8%, thereabouts, 50, 60, and then moving up for wave C here. This wave C here should be quite lazy, really. It should be on quite an angle and struggle to get up there and then just sort of toddle over, so to speak. Let's just see. If it moves up strongly, then we would have to ignore this spike here and just look at the main track here, which is up through here where all the opens and closes are, and through here, up here. So basically wave 1 and 2 here, up for wave 3 and 4 here, and up for 5 and A and a B and a C back here as wave 1 and 2 here, and wave 3 up here and 4 and 5. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Now, if you get a nice support on top of, because this is also group 1 as well, 130. So if support is found on here, it's not such a bad idea to have a long trade here. If good support is established, a small trade that we could look to perhaps build on a little bit later up here if we get a bit of movement in here, like not just a wave C, but a wave 3 coming up through here. It's just something that I just want to put it on the table so it's not a shock if it happens, and we can, we know where we are with it at that stage. But either count, either, the A, the B, or the C, or the 1 and the 2 and the 3, either way, we should still be looking at this move up through here. Okay, just drill in here a little bit. This is what we're looking for here in terms of 1 and 2. And I can see that this is really struggling here on the 130, so that's another thing as well. So if you're going to go long here, then give it some space. So look at 130 and 30 here as well. So 130 and 30 here. So look for that as support on that sort of level there. That will be helpful to the upside. Otherwise, we can get trapped here, and we can see that it's sluggish, not just on the close, but all through the last session. So yeah, it's at a point of weakness here. It's actually retesting the 130. It hasn't become support yet here. Still resistance here. Okay, so the pound yen, just looking at the bigger picture as well here. It's a pretty, simple 3-wave structure here, isn't it? And if that's the case, then we should be moving up from that point. Okay, in this B to C here, a C wave has always got 5 waves in it. So that's what we're sort of looking at here. So we're looking for this to land here as well. Here, this will be the third wave in the middle here, fourth and a fifth, not quite there on the low yet, but there's a couple of counts here that we just need to work with. I mean, firstly, if we're going to trade bullish longer term, then the 180 as support is what we'd really be looking for. But we need to see if we can build in before that. But there's risk under the closest largest number, and fighting against the closest largest number is the risk is there. So from this wave, if I just come back here a second, so from wave B here down to wave C, we're looking for 5 waves, and so from wave B up there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and then we've got 1 and 2. All this for the third wave, the fourth wave, and the fifth wave for wave 3. Then we were looking for wave 4 here. This was a little bit of a different scenario than the Euro US dollar, but if we sort of work with that a bit, we'd look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. But I don't like this as the C wave here because it's not in 5 waves. So to me, it's incorrect here. And if I had to label this in a better way, then I would probably have to label it. I'd have to relabel this here. I'm just sort of. I would have to put this here. I would have to put this as the B wave coming down here. This is the A wave. This as the C wave here, because that's in 5 waves. And then the wave 4 here. And then what we end up with is down for 1, back for 2, and then down for 3 here. And in this, we've got 5 waves in this section here. And then this will be wave 4 here, pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. And then we'll be looking for wave 5 down, looking for 5 waves from this area through here. And then would move up from there. So that's a real possibility as well coming into play here, because this little move up here so far, even though it seems to be impulsive, moving higher, but it's not really moving as such. Like here, these are like waves in here, but this one here is all sort of choppy here, so it's more like a corrective pattern here. It's not that all lows and tops finish exactly how we want them, but so we need to sort of look at lots of different markets and try and sort of get them working properly. So this is what I've just mentioned then is what I've drawn out here. Originally we had this as the A, the B, and the C here. But at the same time, I think we need to look at this as wave 1 and wave 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, possible fourth wave here. If this market finds support on 178 and 178.30, then we're going to be going up from that point. Okay, so if it gets a nice tested support here and starts to move up here, then we need to start to look at this being the low in here and using these 5 waves as the low here. So it's going to take a session here. So we've got the euro yen, we've got this market here that have possible lows in place, but we can't confirm that yet. So it's all a bit messy in these ones. So I suggest that we just wait another session, and then we should be able to pick up, if there's some reasonably firm price action somewhere or covering a bit of ground, then that will help us make things a bit clearer, and we will know if we've got some long-term trades coming into play. So it's just a little bit early to sort some of this mess out just yet in these crosses. But yeah, be a bit patient, and we'll get it, and we'll be on our way. We'll be able to look for some longer-term trades in these markets. All right, cheers.